What is up, everybody? It's Mark the Mike, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark the Mike, I'm joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And like always, we have a lot of wrestling to cover. But first, we have our wrestling retrospect, and I picked Jersey Boy, Chris Candido. No gimmicks needed. I picked him mainly because I watched Dark Side of the Ring like this 2 weeks ago. That was the first episode of the new season. And it was Chris Candido and Tammy Lynch's story, which makes me really sad because Tammy was very toxic to that boy, and I feel so bad that he loved her so much, but it was like she was so toxic to him. If he didn't, honestly, if he would have had a separate direction with her, the setup for her, I think he would have lasted. I feel like he's a wrestler by the during the times he wasn't ready for that time. I think if he would have wrestled maybe 10 years later, I think he would have been way better by himself.
Okay. Okay.
Because just his style, he was a hybrid. He was like he could do the power stuff, but he was a decent cruiserweight, and he was light, he was small. So I think he would have fit in that category of what Adam Cole's done, and like Adam Cole, Kenny Omega, all those size guys, AJ Styles in that sense. He could have hanged with those if he was just in his prime during that time.
Okay. Got you.
So
Got you.
my first match of his will be a legend, Houston Thunder Liger versus Chris Candido. This was in Japan, around 1996, I believe. This was in the Japan Pro Wrestling. It doesn't give me the date. I think this was part of the Super Class, the Super Juniors. I'm not sure, because I remember them fighting in the Juniors. I remember another time they fought, but this was a very fun, very high technical match. A lot of high flying, but Juicing, I felt like he just had a chip on his shoulder and he just wanted to attack Chris Candido from the back. So the moment the match started, he went straight after his ass. He threw his jacket and he started beating his ass. So I was like, yo, Chris Candido did something to him. He was wrong, but it was a really good match. It was about a good 13-minute match. It was back and forth in the beginning, and then Houston Thunder like wins, but it shows some nice technical technician wrestling and a couple high flying things from Chris Candido. That power bomb from the top rope was always dangerous, and you saw that displayed on this.
So who's the one?
The winner was just Houston Thunder Liger.
Okay. Okay. Uh. So the first one I picked was before ECW, I believe. It is Smoky Mountain Wrestling, actually. And I saw he had a lot of matches there, and actually both him and Sonny were there.
Yeah,
And it's Cactus Jack versus Chris Candido.
nice.
And this one was, I think it was, they made it as a clash of styles. JR was on commentary for this one to give that type of information. I think this is specifically when Cactus Jack came back from Germany. They mentioned the match he had with Vader,
Yeah,
where he lost here. So, like, that was a significant event in his life and in wrestling history. So, I think this is supposed to be like a big deal for him, for Candido,
yeah,
to fight Cactus Jack. And it was cool. It
nice.
was what you expect for that time because Cactus could still move.
Yeah,
It's cool to see Cactus dive. I mean, he didn't overdo it, obviously, but he could do it. He could do it. He did I think one of his staples was the where he like flies out of the ring. He gets thrown out and he just flies to what would normally be concrete
yeah,
because JR mentions it and stuff. And then obviously Sonny gets involved, and that leads to shenanigans. Shenanigans, obviously. I think there's like the early blue meat. No, there's a heavy set guy with a shirt that goes above his waist. Now I can't tell you if that's Blue Meanie, because he doesn't have the blue hair
okay,
and he doesn't have the paint on his around his eyes. But he gets on the apron, takes like a hit from Candido, and then he falls over and Cactus rolls him up. The dreaded roll up, and Cactus Jack wins.
Nice. My next match is an older one. This was before ECW. They were both from ECW. This is Lance Storm versus Chris Candido. This was September 8th, 1994, in Fisherville, Virginia, SMW. So there was I guess Candido had a gimmick that he had to wear something over his head, like he had like an injury and stuff like that, and he was wearing like a bottle cap, like this cap thing over his head. So he actually used it to cheat and win this match, because he put something underneath it and headbutt Lance Storm, and that's how he won. Um, Other than that, this match was back and forth. Lance Storm thought he had the win, and then Candido slipped his foot on the rope, and then the ref was like, "Oh shit, he had the rope," and told him to reverse. But once he started going after him again, that's when he got headbutt and lost the match. Very fun technician match. It's funny seeing Lance Storm's evolution of his hair. He had a blonde rat tail this one. Uh, I don't know who told him that's a cool thing, but I don't know. Anyway, it was a really good match, a really good technician. I always liked Lance Storm, and then Chris Candido, him and they had really good chemistry. They actually wound up being a tag team down the road, in ECW. So that'll be my second match.
Okay, my second one is ISPW, and this is 7/15/99. So I guess this is after ECW.
Yeah.
This one is Too Cold Scorpio versus Chris Candido. Also with Sonny. Um, and this one is funny because uh, is interesting to see the difference between the Too Cold that most people saw
Yeah.
either early on in WWF or even in ECW and other places. But he just looks all thugged out, and he gives a promo at the beginning. He's got a do rag
Yeah.
and he's just chilling. And he calls the 450 the 420. And he just says, "I'm gonna roll your ass and smoke you up." It's just hilarious, dude. Like, what? Why are you like this? Um,
That was a
and
character we all needed to see on TV.
yeah, you did back then. I know. You know what's funny? For as much as people go, RVD was the weed man. You think about late '90s, early 2000s. There was nobody else.
Yeah.
This just kind of just is why he stood out so much. There was nobody else. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We could have used the Too Cold Scorpio talking about smoking people and then dancing with children like right after.
Yeah. There you
It's
go.
the funniest thing to
It's
see
for,
him
it's
just
for the
dance with these
kids.
white kids. Dance with these white kids and wife beaters is hilarious. They're like they can't be any more than 10, 11, 12. If they heard what he just said, I'm just saying. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, the match itself was actually very good. I recommend you watch it. My only gripe is the commentary is kind of overbearing.
Okay.
I don't know who the guys are, but specifically from the ISPW Federation, I guess they were trying as hard as they could to put the both of the guys as over as much as possible. But when they did that, they didn't stop talking. They couldn't let the match breathe, and it's just you know.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, like the match was very solid. It was actually very hard hitting. Scorpio did all the cool moves you expect. There was of course interference from Sonny, and but it okay. Here's my thing. It's like he never won, even when he cheated.
Yeah.
Was that his thing? Because here again, Candido loses.
He loses more than he wins, but he has accolades. He was the cruiserweight champion. He was the ECW tag TV champion. Like he has his belts. He has his championship runs and things like that. But yeah, he for a good amount of time, he's a good person to have lose to and stuff like that because he'll give you a match, but you still take the loss. I can see that being a thing. Except for the Lance Storm one, he kind of like cheated and headbutt him.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, true that, true that.
um. All right. Guess I'll go. I wanted a tag match, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. All right. My next one This is like an outdoor arena too. I don't know where this is, but it's for the ECW Tag Team Championship. Oh, it's in Belmar, New Jersey. This is July 5th, 1998. This is for the ECW Tag Team Championships. This is RVD and Sabu versus Chris Candido and Lance Storm. Um, they were a great tag team. If you actually saw their run as a tag team, um, they were great. They worked very good together. They had a technician, high flying. Lance Storm had a regular ass haircut. It worked well. And then they had Dawn Marie and Sonny Lizzie managing them, but at some point they didn't. They just had Dawn Marie for a while. So it was a good balance of high flying action. You get insane stuff with Sabu because for some reason all his matches are not DQ'd because Sabu is like a Sabu rule. Well, if Sabu's in it, is no DQ.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it was a really good match, really good back and forth between you guys. This is when they were part of the triple threat, and it was very good. Definitely recommend it. Um, because then Lance Storm lines up going with Just Incredible, and they were the Impact players. So I always get their names confused, and I remember them two being the Impact players. So, but very good tag match, very good back and forth. RVD is RVD. This is when they actually got the tag titles off RVD and Sabu. So definitely check it out. And Crandino actually wins with Lance Storm.
Okay. The last one I have is a part of wrestling history. It is the first, I believe, first. I'm not sure if it was the only. The first win for Barry Horowitz
Yeah,
in
on TV.
WWF. Um, this is Barry Horowitz versus Skip. They do not have the date, which I think they should because it's on the WWE network, the YouTube
I think
channel.
it's like
So
95. Definitely.
it does not say. It did go up February 18th, 2012. So this was long enough ago. They should have known better. But anyway, um, it's a short one. Obviously, his character was Skip, and he was like
The Bonnie
kind of like
Donnas.
yeah, like what weren't they like a fitness guy like group or something like
Yes.
that? The
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
thing was the theme was they were workout
They're better
freaks
than you
somewhat.
because they work out.
Yes. Once again, we got Sonny at ringside, but this one full on the Barry Horowitz show. He just looks he's in full on character. He does the back pad after a really cool arm drag. Like I have to say, and he might be my next pick.
Yeah.
Is just that Barry Horowitz is one of those guys that he was I get it. He was a jobber. That was like his job, right?
Yeah.
But when you see him actually get offense on, you realize that man, he had like unique and very slick and like smooth offense.
Yeah.
I don't know who taught him. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about him. And I also remember when he came back recently at Impact, but like that dude could wrestle, so it
Yeah.
was cool. And like I said before, interference that did not work. So Chris Candido has his outside interference. It doesn't work. He gets rolled up. He
Yeah.
loses.
Yeah, he did this whole cuz I think Barry Howard is a Jewish dude, and then after that they just started using the Jewish themes like the fucking the Hanukkah theme song ish for for his theme song and
Because
shit.
it's the early '90s WWF
Yeah. Like he's Jewish, why don't
casual
just
race
cash that shit?
casual racism.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
But his first win is in '95. That match was in '95.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And because he was already established as a
Yeah.
losing guy, like the crowd went crazy, which is
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, and
funny.
he had a good run. Like I think he had a tag team run with he was a tag team partner with somebody. I think it was Virgil, to be honest with you, which makes sense. But
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he had a little babyface run, and then they just stopped using him.
Makes sense.
All right, so that is our wrestling retrospect. We'll have a new person later on in this cast. Now we go to the week in wrestling. I don't have a theme song for that. All right, we kick off with Monday Night Raw. We actually had an action-packed Monday Night Raw for me just saying. Like it was a very good, fun show. We kick off with Rollins coming out, and pretty much, yeah, the Judgment Day and him going back and forth. Also, I think it was a solid beginning of the show.
What did he do? He tried to get that man all riled up. He had on his golden suit. $10 is scumbag, and I love him.
Yeah.
But you don't mess with the man with the golden suit.
Yep. Yep. I like the suit. The
I mean,
suit's our
unless you're
picture.
gonna shake him down and
Yeah.
take that money, but this is not the Yakuza series, so
Yeah. He looks like Mr. Shakedown with the
no.
title.
But it looks like one of those gold dudes
Yeah.
that you unlock. They just stand around.
Yeah. But yeah, we got the main event would be Priest and Seth later on. Our first match of the night, we got Becky Lynch versus Sonya Deville. I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was a nice match, especially for Sonya. She looked great in that match too.
Yes, a nice change of pace. I wish I. How is Chelsea Green still alive? I don't know if you were paying attention when she was outside. How Becky flipped her
Yes,
twice. Like,
yes.
well, how is she so light? What is she made out of? Like, dude, she was in the air, horizontal spinning. She looks like Sonic when the air blows into him.
Yeah,
You know how he like spins in 3D with his arms and legs out? That's what she
yeah.
looked like when she got hit. Ah, I
That
can't.
was
I
fun.
just that was my favorite part of the match. Chelsea spinning in the air. Anyway, it was a good match.
We got Kevin Owens versus Gunther, but before that we had like backstage things, and so far Imperium likes just to interrupt when they're not mentioned, and it's really pissing off Kevin Owens, and let him going into a fight with Gunther.
They just don't have. They don't get along.
Yeah, he
None
told
of
him.
them get along.
He told him the rules, and they're not following the rules. So like now he's pissed off and wants to fight. I'm like the fact that Sammy and Kevin Owens are just making enemies for every tag team, which is great because it makes that tag team division very well watched. And honestly, right now I think with Kevin Owens and Sammy, you have the tag team titles in the main event status. So anytime you wrestle with Sammy and KO, you're pretty much gonna probably be a main event. So definitely check that. Like I'm actually happy with what they're doing with the tag team divisions. It gave me honest looks on everyone because even on SmackDown we got the same thing, and people just like interrupting without being called out. It's fucked up. Their match
Yeah,
was fantastic too.
I was gonna say that was a takeover quality match right there. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Pay
not even
attention.
WWE pay per view. That's a takeover.
That was a takeover. That could have been for whatever title.
Yes.
It don't matter. Um, yeah, that was the best match of the show for me. That was
Yeah.
just great. That was great. One of the best matches this week.
Yeah. I
Sheesh.
liked the back and forth. I liked the beginning with Gunther had like the domination. Kevin Owens is like one of the best wrestlers in WWE, and I'm always like when they really showcase his skill because Kevin Owens fucking kills it all the time too. So him and Gunther have really good chemistry. I would love to see that revisited down the road too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
We got Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, the new tag team champions. They get a new challenger, in Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, and I love this match. I thought it was a great match. I love the fact that there was a big chance you thought Kaden Carter and Candice was actually going to win this match.
This is true. I
That's how
just
you
like
do
that you
shit.
got to see everybody being at their peak.
Yeah,
I would say it's about time we get back to uh some domination from the Queen of Spades. I'm just saying it's been too long.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
But I like the back and forth. I like the not giving up of the other two.
yes,
The way they when they beat the hell out of Katana
yeah.
and like she just refused to stay down and give up, and then just you see it pissing her partner off, and then she came in and whooped everybody's ass. It was good. It was
I
very good.
I'm very proud. Like the girls coming up, and that was their first match on Raw, and I think they killed it. Their
Hmm.
combos looked crisp. Like usually they look funny here and there depending on who they do it with, but they made sure everything looked good in this match. And I think I see those titles on them very soon. Like I
Yes, sir.
want Ronda and Shayna because they're showing that they want to work and get these tag team titles into a different level. Do what Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn is, and let them get into shit with every fucking combination of the ladies there and have them all targeted. Like we want to see these tag teams, and now you're seeing some tag teams that are actually developing as tag teams going for these titles, which I like more because now again, like Carter and Kate, and they've been fucking tag team for the last 2 years, 3 years. You have
Mm-hmm.
Fire, Elbow Fire, and the other chick. They've been working as a tag team. They actually look like a tag team when they wrestle too. So I
Mm-hmm.
like seeing more of that. I like seeing women being able to be tag teams and not just single competitors. So let them build a tag team. If you're gonna keep them together, let them build. Look, at least Liv in Raquel. They build the same outfit. They had shit like that. Make that same effort for the other women too.
I think I just I agree, but I also have to say I think tag teams from SmackDown might be cursed
Yeah,
because every 2 weeks somebody gets hurt.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying. So I don't know about Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They better be careful. That's all
yeah.
I gotta say. Oh, you know what's funny? Rhonda said that when during their little skirmish on Friday. She said, "Please, let's just go. We don't want to injure them, so they have something to complain about." And I thought that was actually pretty funny. I don't know if I don't know if the cameras were supposed to pick that up, but her saying that made me laugh. So
Our next match is Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and it got interrupted by the big boy.
that picture is messed up that they
Yeah.
have on the website. That's all I gotta say. Poor
Very good
Ricochet.
match. I was actually looking forward to a full match of Nakamura and Ricochet, but yeah, there was story there, so it worked pretty well, and I really dug what I saw.
Uh, so these two guys, they were having a match. They were both already qualifying, so they don't have to worry about that. They were just having a competitive match. I do believe they probably shouldn't have fought each other though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think they should have fought somebody else.
Well,
But
it
I
makes sense.
see. No, just because I'm
Yeah.
saying like they aren't they gonna fight again? I mean, aren't they? Okay, so how many guys are on Raw left to qualify?
One more.
One more person. So two out of three of the people are already gonna fight each other. That's what I'm saying. Like they shouldn't have had to touch each other at all. If you're qualifying, still, I think you shouldn't have to fight another qualifying guy. You should fight somebody else. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. They probably wanted Money to Bank
I'm just saying, there's
showcase kind of
enough
thing.
people to
Yeah.
go around. Is
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm
true.
saying. Nah.
But
So,
but they
but
needed
I
a
get
way that Bronson Reed could get at both of them, and that's what they
because
did.
yeah,
He probably planned it.
he's beefing with everybody, but specifically we know he was beefing with Ricochet,
Yeah.
and
He,
that him and Nakamura was very recent. So it makes sense. It
yeah,
makes
he
sense.
lost to Renaka, and he's bitter about it. So I feel
Hmm.
like Bronson Reed planned this
He wrote it on the whiteboard in the back.
match. He raced the first match and put a new match, and like this
Hmm.
is when I will get them.
Yep.
See, there you go. That makes more sense. He's like, fuck your match. I'm gonna write a new match in.
And he also squashed Nakamura.
Yes, like a two piece. All right, we got the Miz TV with Cody Rhodes. I'm
I
actually
think this was hilarious.
I'm for Dom versus Cody Rhodes. I straight up, I'm fine with this 100%. Like, why not have Cody Rhodes work with one of the best heels in the business right now, and
Uh,
Cody Rhodes,
exactly. I
and
just thought
Dominic Mysterio.
the entire segment just had me rolling from the moment from the moment Dom opened his mouth. Obviously, obviously, he is too good. He
Yeah,
is too good. He knows how to sit in it, and he knows how to stir it up too. Because that's the other thing is like, yeah, the crowd's gonna do what the crowd's gonna do, but he knows how to start stop.
he knows how to get it louder.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm.
And then
But also shout outs to Cody because Cody said some fucked up. You know,
yeah,
he was just going in. So I'm like, damn, man, you ain't had to do that.
I'm for this. I am
Even
for
the
this.
Miz was in the back, like, damn.
Yeah.
You forget this was Miz TV too, because usually the Miz is the one getting beat up or clowned on.
Yeah. This time it was
Yeah, it was a
Dom.
good.
Dom fucking. I sent the. There's a gift of a baby coming at you and slapping and then running. That's exactly what it was. I laughed so much, but he did also sold the shit out of it because when he went to the back, he's like, "Guess what? Oh, I slapped Cody Rhodes and I was laughing my ass off." Yo, Dominic, fucking, he's killing it,
Good,
man. I think he's
good.
gonna get probably best heel this year.
Bring back the Slammies.
Bring back the slam just to give Dominic the heel of the year.
But you know what? Here's the icing on the cake is still he slapped him, but he didn't leave the ring because Rhea was in front.
Yeah, he would just hit, he
I
hit
love it.
behind Rhea
I
Ripley.
love it.
Rhea Ripley's a scary girl. I ain't gonna fuck with her either. I don't care how many titles you have. Rhea's gonna kill you.
hmm
So that was really good. We got Zoe Starks, Natalia. It was a okay match, but I give it credit because it just sold the Natalia's need from the other night when she fought Rhea Ripley. So I give it credit where credit's due. Like they took the story from the knee, and that's how they ended the match.
hmm
So I
I
was
agree.
cool with
I agree.
that. We have Aegis Sheer destroying. Uh,
Why they gotta do my man Cedric like that?
they destroy Cedric and Selton. Fucked up.
Well, Shelton is didn't want to come back.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck that."
Shelton fell out the ring. He was like, you know what? I'm good. The one that threw him out. It was the big one.
Yeah,
And I'm just gonna say, if the biggest man threw me out, I think he did me a service.
yeah,
I'm gonna stay out the ring.
yeah. He's gonna fuck. He's just lying there like, "Yo, get up!" Like, no,
Laying there. No, no, no.
I'm good.
And we witnessed him get murdered on live television.
And their main event was Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest, and this was a fantastic. This could have been the main event in any pay per view. This was that kind of match. WWE actually gave them like 25 minutes for this match, and the match was fantastic. And I like the fact that since Triple H has been taking over, you see these matches get some more time. There's times that they get cut off, but when they're this important and stuff like that, he gives it that time to really marinate and actually really dug this match. Seth and Damian Priest have great fucking chemistry, so I would love to see this get revisited. Maybe Finn Balor in the mix or shit like that. Maybe the two Judgment Days versus Seth Rollins triple threat match for the world title. Uh,
hmm hmm hmm
I know it is one sided, but shit, like Seth Rollins probably had worse. So, like right now, you sell that Seth Rollins at that big baby face and let him get back to get past these numbers and things like that. That would be fucking great. And then I think Judgment Day just being on Raw with him gives them two like main eventers right there that's staring at him for that title. I love it. I think that this was as good as the KO and Gunther match, and it was for the world title that we actually seen the world titles getting defended again. So it's fucking great.
I just have one question. And what is wrong with Finn Balor? His ambitions are getting ahead of him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What's he doing? What's the boy
I
doing?
don't know, but he wants
He
that
didn't listen
title.
to his homie, man. He didn't listen.
He wants that title though. Monday Night Raw, where you give it?
I'll give it an A.
I'm going A plus just because KO and Gunther and Seth and Priest, like that was our main event. Those were 100% pay per view matches, like main event pay per view matches. So I gotta give that credit and credit due. And I actually love the tag match, and I'm not a big Ronda fan at all. Like you hear this in the cast, and you know that for a fact. But her giving back to a lot of the tag team and a lot of these new women to make storylines for that tag team division, I give credit to that.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott Steiner don't, because he wants everyone to get a job.
Yes, he does. He doesn't care.
He don't care. He's like, I want to job everybody. Um, go to NXT, and we kick off with the women's NXT Did we kick off with that? No, we didn't. We kicked off with
We kicked
IG.
off with the. I know the picture they have is Dominican Brown Baker,
Yeah,
Brown Breaker.
there you go.
That's pretty funny.
Yes, Dominican Breaker. But IG Dragunov stands up to Baron Corbin. They had a back and forth promo. I actually would like to see that match. I think that could be a really good match. Um, we go to Diamond Mine versus the Schism. Solid
This
match.
again, I think the boys are very good. I think the Schism still doing what they do best as a tag team. The Grizzled Young Schism.
Yes.
Um, and then at least they're doing good things to keep the story going. Because remember, this was a six-person
Yes.
match, so
Yeah.
we have Ivy
I forgot
trying
they
to
were
get
in
her
the match.
payback.
Yeah.
So
It was
it was
solid.
good. It was good, but it was definitely better for the story and stuff. Because obviously the Schism win.
So we got Danny Palmer waiting for the uh, Belair Davenport. Solid match. It was just a solid like her returning match kind of thing.
Well, what's her beef with that girl specifically? Was it something? Were they like both in UK together?
Danny Palmer, no, they just
No,
she just happened to be in her way,
wrong place, wrong time.
and then she
All
ended up
right.
helping her out later on. So
Huh?
yeah, she came out with her.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, so can't beat them, join
I guess not, huh? All
them.
right.
You got Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams. Corbin wins. It was an okay match.
I mean, I knew Corbin was gonna win. I was hoping Trick won.
Yeah,
But he's got a point to prove. He can't talk all that trash if he loses matches. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
yes,
And I like this for Carmelo. Somebody new to fight. That's not from base NXT, right?
yeah.
So there we go. A real
Yes.
challenge.
You got Mustafa Ali versus Jordan Joe Gacy. Very good match until the Schism interfered, and then you had the clean
Hmm.
out with. Well, actually, Ali wins by pinfall, and then you had Schism come in, and then Tyler Bate and this good fucking returned. Like
The
why?
cardiac kid,
Yes, I can't.
Wesley. Wesley.
Wesley. Yeah, why I went blank on his name.
Hmm. Hmm.
They came for the save. I'm actually I'm looking forward to them actually having a three. If they're gonna have a three-room match, just have it happen. It's gonna be good.
True. True.
You have Eddie Trope defeat Damian Kemp. It was something I didn't really care about, to be honest with you.
Was this like number two?
Yeah.
This is the second. This is the second one, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So what are they having like a best of or is it over?
It's just over. He just beat him twice.
Okay, gotcha.
You got Dabakota versus Scripps.
It's no. You gotta give him his
Daba
due. It's Dabakato.
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 It was an
I don't
asshole.
know who Scripps pissed off in the back, but he should have pulled a Bronson Reed and brought the eraser into the whiteboard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You had
But
good.
he pulled it out. He ended up winning the match.
Yeah.
But it was because of Axiom. So
Yeah. Gigi Dolan
hey no.
and Katana James had an argument in the backstage, and this was before the Battle Royal. You had the NXT Women's Championship number one contender Battle Royal, and you had some storylines with it going in it. It had some like little things with Chase U and a couple other things going on in there. But the winner was this girl from Chase U.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How could she win?
she eliminated
No, I'm just saying. No, no,
Hale.
no. No, I thought it was fine. The only thing I think that was probably missing was maybe like a showdown, but it came down to like what was it, like four
Yeah,
girls, four
James,
girls,
Jade, and Brooke.
and then Dana was in there
Yep.
looking good too. Good for her to come back,
Yeah.
give back, get an opportunity.
Yeah, Dana Brooke was there.
Um, her wearing the same colors as Cora Jade got me thinking though.
Yeah. Well, she wore her. It was supposed to be a homage to her
No,
first
I know, I know.
NXT
I'm
suit.
just saying it's the same
Yeah.
colors as Cora Jade. I mean, it's pink, but it's like a Cora Jade has a purplish pink. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe. Their styles
Something.
don't clash though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying something. Hmm.
But yeah, I like the fact that they kind of set up some new rivalries with Gigi Dolan and the other chick, Katina or whatever her name is. They actually built some other stuff in this match, so I was cool with that. Hale winning was surprising, but they kind of from the beginning of the show and kind of how the show ended, they kind of built that to her to win. So technically, she's the youngest number one contender of all time.
Oh, good for her. Good
And if
for
she
her.
wins the title, she'll be the youngest champion of all time because
Sweet.
she's not even 21 yet.
There you go.
There you go. I think yeah, she started WWE right out of high school.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So NXT, where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a B plus. I thought it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, I go B just because there was. I go B minus just because there were some matches I just didn't care for, like the trope versus Kemp. I didn't care for. Some of the like little things that they're trying to build are not really resonating with me. So I those are the little things I'm having issues with, and I kind of hope they get better with that. Other than that, the rest of the show was fun, and then Dominican Steiner was fucking hilarious.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, go ahead. Next is AEW.
I'm trying to see exactly where they started this week. Uh,
Yeah, sorry about that.
no, well,
Someone
still
knocking on
gotta
the door.
figure out where they started at.
AEW, we kicked off with the Orange Cassidy versus Swerve Strickland International Championship match.
So that's the this is the match that was built up from the battle royal, right?
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was extremely solid. I think the one thing that they tried to
yeah,
convey in this match, but it just kind of felt like an AEW ism,
yeah,
is the fact that Cassidy is a smaller man than Swerve, and they brought that up on commentary like one time, but it they kind of I feel like it's a point that would have made the incessant kickouts of Swerve seem more plausible
yeah. If you sold it
because
more, yeah,
no, I'm just saying that if they drilled into the viewers' heads of how much the size difference actually does make, because it just seemed like Swerve was rubbernecking that match.
yeah, 100%.
He
I
kicked out
agree with
of
that. Yeah,
he kicked out of gunshots, basically. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I can't really fault Cassidy because the thing is he put on like his moves were crisp. Everything was just perfect. It's just yeah, the guy has to kick out, and it's like
I agree with
it's
that.
kind of making Swerve look bad.
You know what? I agree with that, and that was something that Minion got really annoyed with this match is the rubbernecking of the AEW. He calls it just the regular rubbernecking of AEW, and I agree with that. Like honestly, if you would have told me a story of Strickland being bigger than him and able to withstand certain things, or didn't have injuries here, or things like that, I think I would have believed it more when I saw him kick out with things, and also selling it, or I would say they have to get into a point of selling the pin, as in like barely kicking out, not just full kick out, like just getting the arm up or things like that. Like there was something that Austin always said.
Shout outs to Ricky Starks. He's good
Yeah,
at that. Just gotta give
something that
credit.
Stone Cold always said, like the lost art of the pinfall is something that's always been missing since he left. Was the fact that the lost art of the pinfall, like even pinfall after the 3 count and still kicking out, still sells you more of a story than anything else. Just because it
Hmm.
shows the guy still wants it in, but he waited too late to kick out, and that's one thing that I think that AEW could benefit more if they sell the pinfall more.
Yeah, But I think they also need to know when to cut the matches.
Yeah, I agree.
I think because I know it's televised wrestling is different from like a show wrestling
Yeah,
where it's scripted time. Like we know the things they do in the ring, they
yeah,
have some a lot of that stuff they call right, but time they have to fill the time, and so
yeah,
I think when they have to fill the time,
yeah,
some of their matches go on too long, and they end up just kicking out of everything.
yeah. And I agree with that. Like, I think also it goes into like them telling the story, and then also use the people that you have outside the ring. As in, like, say for instance, a big fucking move that got hit, and he's pinned fall. Then you have Brian Cage interrupt the referee, and that's the way you kick out because they
Prince
took too
Nana
long to
was
pin.
not Prince Nana was not doing it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. Like none of the like, if you're gonna have people outside, make them do something. That's the big reason why they're outside. Especially if you're a heel.
You're right. You're
So
right.
those are things that they really had to really fix because honestly, this match could have been like a lot more like high praised if again those little things get caught up. And the same thing goes with their tag team matches too. Like not everyone has to kick out. Use your tag team partner. Use the people outside to kick out because those are the things that are gonna give you a leverage to get that story keep going.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Um, Next match is trios match. Chaos versus Blackpool Combat Club.
And this one was hard hitting, and I actually thought it was not bad. I didn't think it was bad
My
because
only thing is
I
you
like
knew who's
best
gonna win.
friends, and I like BCC, so I thought it was a solid match.
My only thing is that you know exactly who was gonna win.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
no doubt in my mind that they were gonna lose.
Yes, yes, I understand. Yeah, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah,
They is the specifically when it comes to the best friends and the Dark Order. I think is just damn it, Scott Steiner.
yeah. Scott Steiner
He
got
doesn't like it
mad at
either.
either. He's like, God
But
damn it.
like even I could give the nod to Rush's group that they win sometimes,
Yeah,
not a lot, but sometimes. So with them, it's a little bit of a. But when it's the best friends, man, it's just like they're never gonna win the match, dude. It sucks.
yeah. Unless it's on Dark or Rampage, that's the only time
Unless
they
or
win.
no, or unless Orange Cassidy's in the match.
Yeah,
If he's the third man, they might win.
yeah,
If it's Rocky, sorry.
yeah. We go to MJF's promo with Adam Cole.
This was fun.
I
I
enjoyed
give him
it.
credit. I give him credit because MJF did what he do, and you know what? Uh, Adam Cole called him out on it.
Yep.
He called him out on his subject matter, what he was gonna like try to attack him on. He called him always pick, gotta talk about the other company. Like he basically said what a lot of people do say,
Yeah,
and you know what? That's good. So let's see where it goes.
yeah,
Because between you and me, I would love to see Chugs as the world champion, but
yeah,
I do believe it's too soon for MJF to lose. So
yeah.
we'll see.
You're saying. I also believe that the AEW doesn't need long title reigns, especially how young they are. It could go back and forth and be perfectly
That's true.
fine. So
But it's uh, long title reigns is one thing, but like it's it took a long ass time for MJF to even get the belt.
yeah,
That's kind of
that's true. All right, we got Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Hook versus Preston Vance and Delasco.
and here we go.
This is a bloody
This
ass.
one, this one, I give it credit. They went hard. But you had to have been blind, deaf, and dumb to bet against Hook.
Yeah,
You kind of had to.
I think he was the
So
one that really popped this dude in the fucking head too.
yeah, I did. Yeah, he did. He hit Preston Vance in the head with
And he
something. I
he,
forgot
he
what he
tried
hit
to
him with.
receipt him too. The Prince tried to give him a receipt as well.
Well, he hit him with the clothesline.
Yeah,
He didn't really do anything dangerous. I was watching the match.
yeah,
It was again. It wasn't like it was messy or anything, but it was bloody because of that dude getting busted the hell open.
yeah. All right. We go from there, and we have Takashita squashes kill somebody. That's fine. Don Callis cuts a promo
I
after
don't like
that.
that. I don't like that because remember we were talking about how can he take him seriously when he literally loses to everybody.
Yeah,
Why didn't they take the time to let him fight somebody that has a name
or have one
and
of the
win?
elites.
No, no, you can't start that high.
I think you
You
can.
got
If you put like one of the young bucks in a match with him, they're
he
a
no,
tag
he
team.
can't win.
I
He
think they
can't
can.
win.
It would have made more of a statement.
It depends on how fast you want this to wrap up. Because if he's just taking him out left and right, that's kind of fast. You know what I mean?
But that's when Don Callis comes into play and kind of interrupts and gets in the face of like Matt or Nick, whoever you're gonna put first, and then that's where he strikes and he dominates. He fucking destroys him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or you could have took
yeah.
one
I
of the
mean,
people from the league, like
if
the
you got Don
cameraman or
Callis,
the
yeah.
fucking Mike, the
Brandon Color, yes. So you can kill Brandon
you
Color,
give Brandon
yes, please.
Carler or the Japanese dude.
Or Mike Nakazawa,
I
yes.
like him
You can
though,
kill
so I'd
Nakazawa.
rather Brandon Cutler get it.
But I'm just saying, that's messed up.
I like Mike Kawasaki a little better.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying they have enough people with names there
Yeah,
that he shouldn't. It's the same Wardlow problem.
yeah.
Why are you still putting these jobbers on TV when you got like 75 dudes just sitting in the back?
Because I feel it will make a statement. It
Why
just
you got
shows.
Miro making cameos for a show that's not even on TV yet? You
That's
know what
how,
I'm saying? Like you got people that work there. I'm not saying you should afford Miro. I'm just saying they got names that's there working. What happened to Sean Spears? Your man came back and disappeared again.
yeah.
I know he's going. I know. I get it. He's home being a family man. I
He's trying.
respect it.
He's
But
trying
I'm
to
just
get
saying.
Cardona's DMs. That's what
I'm
he's
just
trying
trying
to
I mean, I hope so.
do.
I hope so. But I'm just saying. I didn't like it. I didn't like it for the story. I don't like it.
I think they could have did something more
No
personal with the
jobbers.
elite.
No jobbers.
Yeah,
No
I
more.
think I
No
think
jobbers,
yeah,
man.
I think they could have did more something personal with the elite. Someone within
Shit,
that
he could
crew.
have fought Lance Archer. You want to fight a big threat?
Yeah,
Where's that man at?
yeah,
Don't he still work there?
yeah. But
Come on,
they
like
ain't gonna squash him though.
it ain't gotta be a squash match. We got
Yeah.
again, like you said, we got Don Callis.
Yeah, I just think they had to make a statement, and they should have made a statement towards the elite. I think should have been someone in their circle.
Yeah, yeah. You could have
Brandon
killed Brandon
Cutler, Michael
Cutler.
Logowski. I would even take. I would have put
Yeah,
one of the young
yeah.
bucks. I would have put one of the young bucks in there. One of the young
The-
bucks would have been that crowd would have been oh.
well, it
So
couldn't have been Matt because he still has to heal his foot.
well, he could have been
So
after his foot.
it would have had to been Nick. I don't know. I don't think he was. I don't think he's wrestling. I
He
think
could
he.
have been after his foot. Like
I
those are
don't
the
think
little
he's.
things that you could have done. Like
I
I
don't
think
think
it could
he's
have been more of
there.
a statement.
I think he's in a
They're always
wheelchair
there.
right now. It's
They're
just like,
always
why did
there.
I do this dumb
Yeah.
shit? I think that's what he's doing right
Yeah.
now. But I'm just saying, yeah, no jobbers, man. Come on.
You got Chris Statlander defends their title, the TBS championship against Anna Jay. It was an okay match, not special.
JAS is what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. Again, I think with the better opponent, she'll have a better match. She just needs to fight better opponents week after week. How about that?
Yeah, and I think that's what they should have done with Jade, and they did not. They just gave her jobbers.
Yeah, so
So let's see.
we'll see. But Statlander got a defense, another defense under her belt. So there you go.
And our main event was Ricky Stark versus Jay White. So it was a solid match.
I wasn't mad because this is one of the few beefs that they keep front and center. So I'm not like, why are they doing this again? No, he won. He threw them out of the battle royal and they beat his ass. So yeah, it makes sense.
And they made sure to show that in Collision, first main event will be Punk and FTR versus Switchblade, Juice Robinson, and Samoa Joe.
This match makes absolutely no sense,
Yeah.
but they just want to make sure they get Switchblade and Juice in there while they still got them. So
So what I'll say is, and this is how you can make sense of it, on Wednesday or Friday, they ask Samoa Joe to be part of the Golden Bullet Club,
true.
and there
I
you
was
go.
gonna
Makes sense
say
then.
I was gonna say no. No. thought it doesn't make sense that they're fighting Switchblades got no beef with Punk.
Yeah.
Juice got no beef with Punk.
Well,
I'm talking about the
they
Bullet Club
did
has
call
no
out the
beef with
tag
Punk.
team champions though.
Yeah, no. I get that. I get that. But I thought it would be what would make it kind of messed up is because of their Bullet Club affiliation. If to start some actual trouble with Punk, they start bringing up Kenta.
Yeah, they could be canceled.
And I'm just saying that would be something because then they could talk all the shit they
But they
want.
got kicked out of Bullet Club. They're not really part of Bullet Club. They got kicked out.
No, but regardless, Kenta's still in, and he what else are you gonna use to stick at Punk?
Yeah, they gonna throw a dog at him.
I mean, he's gonna save it and get bit by a man. I don't know.
I don't know. I apologize of me not keeping up with Impact. I know Impact had a show, another show on Friday, and then also a regular show on Thursday, and I just been lacking. I know we have two new champions, and Shelly he won the world title, and
The Motor City Machine Guns, they both won.
yeah, and the X
Congratulations.
Division Championship. I heard it was a really good match. I haven't got to watch it. I also been hearing the tag team champions and Ace Austin and Chris Bay been killing it also on there. So I got to catch up with it. So you know what? I'll give you guys a catch a caught up thing within Impact for next week. Also, I heard the new Joe Hendry song for Dango, and
Oh,
I
that
heard it
was
was
good.
hilarious.
That was very
So
good.
I've been slacking with Impact, but I promise it's gonna start being my rotation starting next week because Rampage is leaving my rotation and Collision's going into my rotation. So I will try to catch it on Thursday. But this week I didn't catch it. But I know that we have new champions, so I wanted to shout that out. I was surprised Macklin lost the title so soon.
Yeah.
I was very surprised about that. I thought he was going to hold it until Alexander came back because the way they were booking, the way they were showcasing him.
Hmm.
But yeah, Shelly, new champion. I'm interested.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. It's been a long time, right? He's never been champ.
Yeah, that's his first, isn't it? That's his first Impact.
Saban's been champ, but he's never. Shelly's never been champ. Not that I know of.
Yeah, Alex Shelley. I actually believe you. I think that was his first title because I remember him with Eric Young, and they were mentioning that too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, his first world title was that. Yeah, 100%. You were correct. That's crazy. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he has a steady home impact because he has his times that he had to leave wrestling and then come back and things like that. So it's good to see him in a good mental state. We go to SmackDown. And we kick off with the drama of Jey Uso and Paul Heyman. And I'm loving everything they're doing with this. There's no bad part of it, the Bloodline storyline right now. It's all good stuff. So I'm happy with this.
Yes, sir. Very good.
I would
I
like to see the
mean,
U.S. champion on those Jey Uso, though. Just saying. I actually
yeah,
would
I
like to see the
was.
title with him.
That was the end piece of it all that hyped me up because I was thinking, oh, here goes another swerve, but we did not get that thanks to Jimmy.
Yep. And got another thumb to the chest.
Goddamn Jimmy.
Men's Money in the Bank qualifier: Santo Escobar versus Mustafa Ali. Very good match. I really enjoyed it and really highlighted Santo getting those wins. So Santos is in the Money in the Bank with LA Knight was on the commentating table too, which actually was quite hilarious.
Yes, pretty good. Santos is not my pick for Money in the Bank. I wish it was,
You
but
know,
he's not.
if it was NXT heel Santos, he'll 100% be my pick.
Mm-mm.
But it's not. I don't. I'm not
He's
crazy
trying to
about the
be Rey
babyface one.
Mysterio's friend.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about the babyface Santos yet. I'm not crazy about it. I liked him as a heel. I thought he was a very good heel. So, we got Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Interrupta, Elsa Dawn, and Alba Fire. I'm actually fine with the unification as long as they go to NXT. If they just go to Raw and SmackDown, there's no point of this. They have to go to NXT.
Yeah, that it makes me. I was kind of sad when I heard they're trying to unify the belts. Like, what? Why you do that? But if the rule of old is the rule, the original rule of those tag team championships. Remember when Sasha and Bailey went to NXT
Yeah,
and did
they
the
gotta do it
damn
more
thing?
than once though. They gotta do it during their run. They
Yes,
can't just
yes,
do it one time. They have to do
exactly.
it a couple times. I'm fine with that if it's that case and they do show up on NXT. They don't have to show up every week on NXT, but they have to do it every other week or so, just to establish that tag, get that tag team titles
I
on a
mean,
roll.
the other thing is they don't have to have a tag match. If there's a pay per view for NXT, they could be one of the matches, and
Yes,
that would be fine.
yes.
That would be fine.
And it just if Ronda and Shayna lines up winning and being undisputed, it helps the other girls out too. Like the younger ones get to have experience with Ronda and Shayna Baszler, and that actually benefits everybody. That
Hmm.
you guys are going all these things and getting these tag teams back and getting these tag teams into shape. Because we already saw some good shit off this week of Elsa Dawn and Level Fire, but we also saw Kaden Carter and Katana Chase, and they fucking killed it. So we want more tag teams to build this division. And the fact is, we haven't had tag teams like that. We always got people thrown together and then winning tag titles. There's never like the last person that was actual tag team to fully win the titles was the Iconics. Because Sasha and Bailey weren't really a tag team. They did their team up together, but they weren't fully tag team. Um, Kairi Sane and Asuka wasn't really a tag team. They got put together. Alexa Bliss and Nikki
Well,
Cross, they were
that
put
doesn't
together.
count.
Huh?
That doesn't count.
Yeah, but they were put together. They all were put together. As in, Iconics were mainly there as a tag team, and I feel
Hmm.
like we
Hmm.
should get more of that with the women. Um, we got a Money in the Bank qualifier match. We have Mi Chin, Mia Yim versus Bailey, and Bailey wins that match with the help
She
of
cheated.
Cross. She cheated.
She cheated. I love the beginning of the match when she went out and messed with AJ.
Yeah,
She did this
yeah,
she did this toe at him. Ah, yo, that had me dying laughing. She did the little stomp,
yeah.
and then me and you came flying out the ring. Ah, what is going on? Also, I blame the OC because they're color coded, and I don't blame Bailey because she's had that red outfit for a while. So it just makes it look funny. Like, damn it, why is it Raw versus SmackDown on SmackDown? What's
Yeah.
happening? OC needs to get green.
Oh, they're going blue. They could just go blue and black. It's just
No, they need to wear a different color.
like the neon green they had. There you go. Like AJ had neon green pants,
They need like green or oh,
orange.
they need the black and yellow that AJ used to have. Like they need all his colors.
Yeah,
That's what they need.
or just black and white.
I mean, it's something. But
Yeah,
please
because the
stop with the
bloodline got
blue.
black and red. You can't use
Stop
that
with the blue.
unless you beat the bloodline for the colors, and then that's what you have to do.
I mean, it's gonna take some work. I,
At this point right now, the OC don't have it to beat the bloodline. At
no,
this point,
well, I mean, nobody really has to beat the bloodline. The bloodline's beating itself up.
yeah, exactly. Let them fight. Let them destroy each other, and then go from there.
And also, AJ is stupid. I don't know if you. I seen Charlotte. I mean, I seen Scarlett enough times to know that if she walk up to somebody, she about to blow something in their face, cause she's just pure evil.
Yeah,
That's just what she do. That's just what she do. Uh, uh. And again, I told you, Merc. I told you I called BS on WWE.
yeah,
How you go to commercial break and AJ still got dirt in his eye? Come on, man. Where the water at?
yeah.
Where the water at? Where the bottle? You mean to tell me a multi, you say $1 billion company, you ain't got a bottle of water?
They have them underneath the ring.
Smart Mark, Smart Mark. I think you got a lawsuit.
Yeah.
AJ Styles need to sue.
We got the WWE Women's Champion unveiling. We have a new championship for Asuka, and then we have Charlotte return, saying that she wants her belt back. I sent you a picture of a of a meme that I had a couple years ago. It fucking makes 100% sense. It's on Twitter. That's pretty much.
Charlotte always wants somebody else's stuff.
Yeah, the debate. It was
Mm-hmm.
like Tom and Jerry and the little cat,
Mm-hmm.
new champion,
Mm-hmm.
and Charlotte's like my belt now. Um,
Yep.
yeah, it is what it is. But you know what? Pierce fucked up and promised Bianca something, and so Bianca's gonna start bringing the ruckus if you kind of screw her and give it to Charlotte. So I'm
Yeah.
fine with the what they're selling. The belt looks okay. It looks just like the Raw Women's Championship, which I have the same issues with it. I really don't care for them. But I understand their business mentality with it and whatever. I don't care. But I feel like the behind the W could be more glossy, like shiny. I think it will look nicer, but it's
I
not.
mean, I think it looks better on Oscar than it does on Roman.
I think it looks
But then
better with the
again,
white.
it doesn't look that bad when they're walking around with it.
Yeah,
It just looks bad when they put it on the pedestal and present it because it's like, no, that doesn't look great.
it doesn't look expensive. Why are you on a pistol?
Yeah, yeah. But like when they're actually walking around with it, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah,
It's all right. I still would rather this had been the time that they do custom. Roman had a custom belt. I'm
I,
just saying.
so
I'm
I
just saying.
I understand why they don't do the custom belts because again, like when a sports team wins or someone
I
wins a
get it,
championship, they
but
use that as their
but
calling
see,
card and shit.
you're thinking smoking skull type custom. I'm just thinking colors.
The colors of black and red.
Like they don't have that belt color.
That's true.
There is no WWE championship that's black and red. It was white and red. It was white and blue. There was an all blue and there was an all red. There was never a black and red championship. That's
Oh,
all I'm saying.
okay.
The bloodline is black and red.
Yeah, you
You
could
know
have
what I
done
mean?
something with that. You could have did the
And
back red and then the check black
yeah,
and
but
shit.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
That's why I would like if they're gonna give Rio one, like we were talking about.
yeah.
I would like hers to be black and purple. I know it won't be, but I would like it.
I wouldn't mind them like changing the straps either, like how Ultimate Warrior used to do. He used to have like a fucking he had a denim color strap.
You know what's interesting is they showed the titles back in the day. Did I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like even when Sheik won, he got his belt changed.
Nah, he had one of their old titles. They again WWE
Okay,
changed their
okay.
belts every like 10 years or so, but he had like one of the old WWF championships, but his strap was green, so it kind of
His
actually
strap was
fit his
green,
character.
that's what I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It made sense. They went with him.
yeah.
Also, R.I.P.
All right,
To
yes,
Iron
forgot to say
Sheik,
it.
to Sheiky baby.
Gonna miss him saying Hogan's fuck Hogan. That was his
I
last tweet.
know, I know, and it's the best. You gotta
Yes.
go out. You gotta go out on that horse, man. You gotta
Yeah.
die on that hill.
Fuck him.
We know it.
Should be on his
You know he ain't
tombstone.
right. We know Hogan ain't right. I
Should
ain't
be on his
mad.
tombstone in the end. By the way, fuck
It's,
Hogan.
I hope on his tombstone it reads "break his back and make him humble."
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
spell humble? But if pronounced humble on words, I don't know. Somebody figure that out.
Yeah.
But Iron Sheik had the best. He had the best worst sayings ever. Where it was just like, why is he saying this man? What are you say? How did he can say it? He's a Sheik. You want to tell him no?
Yeah. Cause
So
yeah, I'll say this with with the titles is the fact that Seth Rollins, the way it looks at him, like he 100% sold me on that belt. Like I actually like that belt now. Like it looks really good on him. I'm hoping with Rhea, like honestly, like you were saying, like maybe they could customize it themselves. As in, remember when like Naomi put the glow shit on the title, but it was the same
hmm
title, but it had the glow stuff.
yeah.
Change her belt, her strap to purple.
Or like how Carmella had it.
Yeah,
Carmella customized her belt.
yeah,
She had the cheetah print and the sky the teal.
yeah,
Like they can do that.
yeah. I would like to see a purple strap on the world title.
At least like the tears or
They done a
the
purple strap before.
blood from the Judgment Day, the purple on it.
Yeah,
Like that something would look cool. Come on, man.
yeah. But let's see. Let's see Monday and see what she gets. Oh, today and see what she gets. Keep going to SmackDown, and we go to Money in the Bank qualifying match: Butch versus Corbin. which
That was
wins.
a solid match. That was solid.
So that means
And I
everyone's
was
fingers
expecting
gonna
it.
hurt
I was
on Money in the
expecting it.
Bank.
Once I saw Trick and Mello out there, I knew Corbin wasn't winning.
Yeah. So now everyone's gonna fingers gonna hurt at that Money in the Bank.
This is true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
um, we go to women's Money in the Bank qualifier match as well. We got Shanti versus Io Sky. Okay match.
Short and
Sky
sweet.
wins.
Short and sweet. Once again, though, the cheating.
Yes.
So here's my thing about the cheating and EO looking like she was mad before and being fine with it now. Like, what's going on? Have they ironed things out? Because they haven't on camera. Is my thing about damage control.
Yeah.
Because didn't it look like EO was getting pissed off every time Bailey was interfering? Like
Yeah.
that was my thought. But then again, maybe, and this is because EO's character is jerk. She was only mad because she lost.
Yeah.
And if you cheat and she wins, she doesn't care what you do.
Yeah. She was like, all right, cool. We good.
which, is, which is just like, all right, well,
Just don't make me
I
lose. That's it.
it makes sense. It makes sense.
We got United States Championship match. We got Jey Uso and Austin Theory. I think it started off really strong. I think again, Jey Uso wrestles a different level when he's on his own right now. And but we also got story shenanigans coming in with this match. Um, with the right hand with Jimmy and Solo coming in and things like that. So pretty much, Theory wins the match, but there's more story to it. Jimmy comes in, helps his brother out. Pretty Deli came in, interfered on behalf of Theory, and then Jimmy came in for the save, and then he got freaking thumbed by Solo.
I will say that was one of the most natural looking ref KOs because when Jay kicked him, he he wasn't going any other direction.
Yeah,
I don't even know if that was unintentional.
yeah, it was a nice kick. It looked good. That whole ending was great. Good way to end the show, but more storyline going into it. So, all in all, what you give Money SmackDown?
I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give it an A. I would have given it an S if Jay won the U.S. Championship. That's all I'm saying.
I think so too. I think I would have gave it a S as well if we had an fuck if he wouldn't won the title. So, yep. I did watch Rampage this week.
No, I did not see it.
Lucha Bros and Bandino versus Page, Moriarty, Big Bill. It was an okay match, but you kind of knew where it was gonna go. You had Powerhouse Hobbs with a jobber. No one cares. Let's see, this is another jobber match. Claim on Daddy Ass versus SAP. You know where that match was going as well. And then you had Britt Baker, Sky Blue, Mercedes Martinez, and Nyla Rose. This was actually a solid match. You kind of thought it was gonna be Baker. I thought it was like you 100% thought it was Baker, but Sky Blue actually surprises everyone and wins. So
Okay,
she
that's
fights
nice.
Tony Storm for the title. So.
Nice.
Rampage, I'll give a C. It was nothing really important besides that women's match. Everything else was kind of a six-man tag and whatever. If you've seen them once, you see them all. Now we go to podcasts we listen to. I didn't listen to a lot. I did listen to After the Bell, which had Zoe Stark on it.
That's about all I heard this week. Yes.
Yeah, I think is it Givers gonna have a wrestler? Usually I listen to his when he has a wrestler. I usually don't if there's not a wrestler on it. And there was another one. Santo Escobar on Ryan Sands, Out of Character podcast. That was actually a good conversation too.
Okay. Okay.
Santos used his podcast to surprise his mom with a new house.
You said Santos?
Yeah, Santo Escobar.
Wait. He was on somebody
He was
else's,
on
or he was.
Out of Character Ryan Stanton.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you.
So he used
Okay.
his podcast to get his mother out and travel with him so he could finish her house that he bought her.
Talking about Ryan Satin or Santos? Cause
Stanton. Oh no, Santos Escobar.
You saying that was the story of what he did with her? Okay, okay,
He was
okay.
telling the story that he used Ryan Stanton's podcast, the interview podcast time when he went to podcast. He used it to get his mother out the house, so he had her travel with him to go there to do the
Uh,
podcast, so they could
okay,
finish her
okay.
house that he bought
I
her.
got you.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
cool. It was a nice conversation. He talked about Rey Mysterio, he talked about the LWO and all that stuff. He originally wanted the LWO in NXT when he first came back.
You say he wanted them to do it
The instead of
in NXT.
instead of the team he had in NXT, it was supposed to be LWO.
So it wasn't supposed to be Legato.
No, he originally wanted LWO, and they said they didn't want to really bring it back unless he had some like a member or two or something more. So they wanted something new for NXT, and that's why Legato happened. But he originally
Okay,
wanted LWO because that was the first thing he asked for Triple H for.
okay, okay. That's cool.
But he had a good conversation. It was really good. He seems very positive and stuff like that. I just hope we get. I miss him as a heel. I think he was a great heel.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Um, and now we go to the wrestling retrospect. And
Well, I said who I was gonna pick. Now I'm gonna pick Barry Horowitz.
yeah, Barry Howard. All right. Barry Howard.
I know he's got a lot of matches. The-
Are they
It's just that
good?
he. It's just
Maybe
are
not.
they? They're not long. They're not long, and you know what I mean.
Barry
That's
Howard.
the difference. And do you want him to win? I got bad news for you.
Howard. All right. All right. And that's Barry Howard's are going to be our wrestling retrospect. All right. We wrap this up. Just thank you for listening. This is the Wrestling Battle Podcast. Listen to us on Spotify and SoundCloud, Red Cyclone Inc. or Mark the Mic on SoundCloud. So definitely check those two out. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch or Mark the Mic. Also follow my TikTok, Mark the Mic. I've been posting a lot of wrestling figures and just figure photography there. Follow me there. It helps me get likes and stuff like that. It's going good. So definitely check that out. And follow Red Cyclone Inc.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you follow Red Cyclone Inc. anywhere and everywhere. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and we got a WordPress. So check it out.
Yep, yep. Peace out, laters, and always remember, follow the jinkies.